I think it's safe to say I'm not much of a make-your-own-game person. I mean, that's your job, game developers, not mine. Like what if you went to a restaurant and the chef would come out and say, hey, here's all the tools I use to do my job. Here you go. Why don't you use them yourself? You can make any meal you could possibly imagine. You know what would happen to that chef? He'd be fired. If I wanted to make my own meal, I would have stayed home, jerk. But hey, that's just my opinion. But look, I certainly understand the appeal of these games, especially if you're the kind of person who's into the idea of spending days and days creating your own levels and sharing them with strangers. I was taught not to share anything with strangers. On this planet, there were razor blades in the apples. But this is LittleBigPlanet 3!
So nice of you to pop by. Have a nice trip. You won't get out of here in one piece.
So, look, I'll be real honest. It's kind of hard for me to get excited about a game that's about creating when I'm just here to play, you know? I mean, my interest in video games, it's pretty old-fashioned. I'm not here for your stories or your cutscenes or any of your modern gaming bullshit. I'm just here to play, you guys. But I'll say this, when you see what people have created with LittleBigPlanet, it is pretty amazing. Like this. This is an archery game that someone, somehow, just made in LittleBigPlanet 3. No idea how, but that's amazing. But here's my problem with all this, with LittleBigPlanet. The only thing that's amazing about this is the process, is that it was made. Because in reality, this is just a crappy archery game. Like if it was released on the PlayStation Network, no one would care. But since someone made it in a game like LittleBigPlanet, all of a sudden, it's the coolest thing that's ever happened in the world. Even if it's really just a crappy archery game. See, this is why restaurants exist. Most of us suck at this.
When the chips are down, we blow the place up.
So, unfortunately, I just, look, I don't have much to say about the creation aspect of the game, which probably sounds blasphemous to people, but look, it's just not my cup of tea. I'm not going to say anything that hasn't been said anyway. So what I do like about LittleBigPlanet is this, the game itself. Because I got to tell you, LittleBigPlanet 3 is a seriously charming platformer, and with some creative elements that you don't have to spend weeks of your life working on. In fact, one of my favorite things about the game is how you can customize your little sack. Character phrasing. I mean, a lot of games do character customization, but this one kind of takes it to another level, because it's actually interwoven into the gameplay. See, there are these collectibles just everywhere in this game. They're all over the place, and you can use them for the game's creative elements, including your character. So the more stuff you find, the more styles and patterns and fabrics and hairstyles and whatevers that you can use for your character, and that's awesome. Actually, I actually like to create characters that match the levels I'm in, like a little malt shop girl for these 1950s levels. I wish we still had malt shops. I want to marry a malt shop girl.
So fine. So fine. So fine, yeah.
And speaking of the 1950s levels, holy crap, these are awesome. The aesthetic's just so on point. And they even have the music to match, which is just so cool. And you can say that for all the levels, really. Each one has its own aesthetic. And it's always interesting to see how the game interprets that aesthetic within the context of that LittleBigPlanet style. And it always works. It's just a gorgeous game. Even on the PlayStation 3. There's just so much imagination in the game's art and level design. Although, if I have a complaint about the presentation, it is wordy sometimes with the cutscenes and the talking, a little too much talking. And the dialogue, it's not nearly as cute or clever as the rest of the game is.
We got some uninvited guests, boys. Be sure to make them feel welcome, if you know what I mean.
Some people are going to say, Derek, but why even play LittleBigPlanet if you're not going to create anything? You're doing it wrong. But isn't the whole point of a game like this that there is no wrong way to play it? I mean, for f***'s sake, someone made an archery level. You're telling me I'm doing it wrong. Besides, the game that's already been made for you is pretty freaking good, you guys. Like, you don't even have to make your own. You have LittleBigPlanet 3, and it is and awesome platformer. And there are new characters too, and they change up that platforming as well. That really keeps things fresh and ensures you never get bored, which is probably the biggest thing for me in games these days. Like, if I get bored, I get pretty sour about a game. But it is just about impossible to get bored in this game, even if you never actually make a single thing. You know, the LittleBigPlanet series has always been a great one, and LittleBigPlanet 3 has all the things that make it awesome, but more. And if you're into the community features and sharing and making your own levels, this game will keep you busy forever, and it is insane how much of that you can do. It's really impressive. But even if you're like me and you don't really care about that stuff, and you just want to play a really good, really tight, really creative platformer, well, LittleBigPlanet 3 lets you do that too. I'm not much of a make-your-own-game person, but I do like playing great games. And even for people like me, LittleBigPlanet 3 is a great game.